Hi guys, today I'll be showing you some tips about the snow, how to keep your car from rusting and stuff like that, what you can be using and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get to it. So my number one tip is you need to have something that stops it from rusting, like not something like a liquid that's gonna leak off, like something that's gonna stay there. Like this is honey glue. It takes out the rust and it protects it from rusting. It stays. It's like I will be showing you guys how it works, and yeah. So really what this thing is good for is to cover the parts up with this, and it stops it from rusting. And it's really good when you guys go driving out in slush and stuff like that. It's really good. I suggest it. Maybe not, it might not be honey glue, but make sure the liquid inside is like sticky, so it sticks to this, and you don't have to, like right now, just touched one of the screws, and I got some on. So yeah. So the main parts you're gonna have. So guys, this is the parts. This part you need to do. For sure, you're gonna need to do this part, so you don't want it to rust and stuff like that. Make sure you tighten it well. This you're gonna have to do too. Don't forget that part, because that part is usually in the snow. This part too. This part less, but it's still good to do. Just to always make sure. So I pretty much do that part most of the time, and you can't forget that when you do that part, all the parts in the back get in the snow. That's what it means. And you guys, if you run in slush, do every screw. And so suggest that part if like you run without a body, and that part always, because it's always in the water, in the snow or water, whatever you guys are running in. And yeah, don't forget in there, because if you don't guys, the snow, when it gets in there, it stays in there. And is the receiver box, and the receiver box pretty much the screws, the black screws, the ones on the sides. And I had a box like that, and it got really rusted, and it's not really good. So after it got rusted, I really had to do something about it, so I had to change the screws and stuff like that. So yeah, I pretty much do it all the time, because it's pretty good, because it stops it from braking and stuff like that. And yeah, don't forget the tires. These tires really suck in the snow. I'll tell you more after. Sorry for that. These screws, you really can't forget to do them. You cannot, because these screws are mostly slamming on the floor, and when they slam on the floor, that means they're in the snow or in the water. Don't put this when you're in the sand, because they will get dirty, filled with sand. Then when you try to unscrew it, it will be dirty. So these screws, you have to do the top screws, because the top screws, well, you're gonna have to do all of them. They're all the same. And then the front screws are the same too. You're gonna have to do them all the time. And look, as you can see, the other parts were a bit yellow because of the honey glue, but this part is not. This part is the part you're gonna need to do a lot, because this part is the one that goes up the snow. It's the nose of the car. Yes, this is the rustler, so I have an RPM bumper that I painted red. So I'll tell you more after. The same servo that comes with the car, stock car. So yeah, and I have that and this. Yeah, so I'll be showing you the inside of the car, and the inside of the car. Oh yeah, so that's about it. So thank you. And I have J Concept tires. Really good tires, really good. I like them a lot. They hold up in the snow. They don't slip a lot. I mean, even when you try to turn fast, they don't turn, because they have too much traction. And your spur gear, I put a big spur gear. Yeah, the plastic one. I could have put the pinion gear, but no, I put the spur gear. The spur gear is a 96 tooth, so it's the biggest one you can ever get for the rustler. The other ones will not fit, and Another suggestion, if you guys really don't want to get snow on inside here, because when it's inside here it's hard to get out, and don't spray your water in the shower. I don't suggest that. Like when you spray your car in the shower, what happens is that the water stays inside the screws, the little holes where you turn it in. That's where it stays, and when it stays there, that's when it rusts. I already did that once, I'm not doing it twice. Always suggesting to have spare screws, changing your oil before getting into the snow, because if your oil is mixed with mud, it will freeze. It's gonna freeze, because it's like saying adding a little water in there. What the water is gonna do, it's gonna get hard, and then the shock won't move at all. It's gonna be stuck like this. So that's why you have to change your oil if you've been running in water during the summer. Or if you don't have a summer and you've been running in slush, the snow. Yeah, so antenna, I got the TQI. Really good. Don't get it too wet, the TQI. Don't ask me why, it's just naturally, you don't wet the remote, it's not waterproof. The bumper, this is an RPM bumper, I painted it red. I spray canned it and then I let it dry. I spray canned it again, and then after I spray canned it, you just have to, after you spray can it, you just have to wait, let it dry, and then I dipped it in gloss. So it's really soft. It feels like the original paint, but after it's gonna start coming off. But it doesn't look too bad, because these lines, it's only these lines here. It doesn't get in, doesn't get nowhere out. So, and the tires, these tires are really, really bad. I have these tires running in the snow, really bad in the snow. They're not that bad when you don't get into deep snow, but when you start getting deep, they won't turn. They're gonna be filled with snow in there, in here, and then they're just gonna stay stuck and they're just gonna roll like this. They're not gonna turn like they're supposed to. And you guys can put also some gigolo. Some gigolo is gonna help it turn if there's rust. And as I told you, if you put honey glue, there will not be any rust. This is the honey glue. Yeah. I will show you how it comes out on the car. Okay, let's see. As you guys can see, yeah, perfectly fine. I will show you a trick for the battery, this slot. See here? If you guys can see, yeah, this one you see better. So you take this thing, give it 2 or 3 shakes, you spray. It literally comes out like honey. And I will show you guys, don't worry. Don't get too excited, just joking. Okay, here we go. Look, if I touch it, my hands will be sticky. It does come out because the snow gets in. Or I can suggest a dust that covers, and there's a zipper in the middle. That's good for mud, rocks, keep rocks out of the ear from making holes into your batteries, piercing your battery, the thing that's holding it, or cutting your ropes, stripping these. You don't want that to happen, because you guys, it will stop working if water gets into these wires. Something else I suggest, nothing much, just to cover this part would be good. That's what I'm trying to find a solution, and if I do find a solution, I will show you guys, because this part, water gets in. And the solution I'm trying to do is that when water gets in, when water does get in, I don't want the water to, because even if one drop goes in, it stays there. I don't want it to do this, so I really want to cover up everything. Nothing has to get in, like, not even like a drop or something. Even if I have to change it every month through the snow, it's good. And yes, I am in Montreal, so I do have summer for 4 months. 4 months summer. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you used my ideas. And I almost forgot to show you the tires. So these are the J Concepts I'm using. They are 315 J Concepts T rocks. Really sticky. I'm not even sure that's allowed on YouTube. Yeah, so even on these screws, look, see, I get to choose one with a cap that you see, one with a cap that you can't the snow can't get into the screw. But I put this one because like I like to take them out so I can like clean the tires up a bit. And this is the rustler. Yes, the rustler. Don't get confused with the bandit. And yes, look at this, bit of a mess. And to dry up your cars, I almost forgot before I let you guys go. Use a light that lets heat go. It dries up the car. It evaporates the water. The water leaves. You don't see it. You don't smell it. You don't see nothing. And it stops instead of rusting your car. So I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. And thank you a lot.